Hey everybody, welcome back to Big Campaign Stories. I'm Jeff, your humble narrator, and today we have the whole team. Say hi, team.
Hi, team.
Hi, team.
Hey, team.
Hey, team.
But before we get to the session, let's get them lightsaber checks. Sean.
Hey, I'm Sean, and I play fours. And I did not lightsaber. Jesse.
Hey, everybody. I'm Jesse. I'm playing as Oswald, and I got an 11. Marshall.
Hey everybody, this is Marshall and I'm playing Keegan and I got a 6. John, why don't you take it?
This is John playing as Lucius, and I got a 15. And it is awesome to have Matt back. Mav, roll the dice.
Hey, this is Mav. I'm playing Barry, and I rolled a 7.
We begin this session with Lucius.
You're playing
getting out
Barry? Barry Harrington?
Oh,
Barry Harrington.
fantastic. That has to stay in.
The best pause.
Don't truncate that silence.
Now I'm more excited.
We start this session with Lucius getting out of a day worth of meetings with Typh and Orion. As he returns back to the office of Ramon Retrieval, you can see the lights are off for the most part. You can see where Gore has dragged a desk in front of the main table. You can see some lights on down the hall where people are getting ready and going to bed. All the main offices still have their lights off. And Gore says goodnight as he's heading to his room, carrying a box of tools, hammers, pliers, soldering irons, things like that. You've already gotten your missions for the next day, Lucius. A lot of work in the Arfairy, but you'll have time tomorrow to talk with your group about it. Is there anything you want to do before you go to bed?
Yeah, I'll feel like my brain's just leaking out from so much of meetings. And I'll need to decompress. I think I'll see if I can't find a book and do some studying. I'll have been going to the library a lot recently, and my off hours getting less and less sleep here and there. So I've definitely got bags under my eyes, and I'll just be kind of reading for probably a couple of hours before I finally crash in my speed suit that I'm tugging at every now and then in disgust.
You wake up to a beautiful spring day. As you do, look out into the main area. Gore is chatting with, your team. A very tired Keegan and Oswald are there. You see a beat-up Dosh, as well as a scruffy-looking Fours.
Wait, Dosh is here?
You all watch as Lucius opens the door to his office.
Yeah. You could just visually see the wrinkles in my speed suit just kind of vanish and a stain go away.
Visually.
Yeah,
Hey,
visually.
Hey boss.
Hey, Lucius.
Doc will run up to you and give you a big hug.
And I'll just be, eyes open wide and kind of shocked and it's Dosh, you're here.
Oh, it's Barry now.
Huh?
I'll point to the chip slot on my neck and I'll say, apparently I am identify as a Barry Harrington. And Barry Harrington is currently a corporate-owned entity.
Where's, I'm confused, where's Barry?
Barry will step out. So they're actually still resolving the issue, Lucius. Amon can't own an android, but during their acquisition of your company, because I had given my identifying chip to Dosh, they have inherited Barry. It's getting resolved in payroll for the moment, but until then, Barry works with us. For now.
So do we call you both Barry?
You can call me Dosh, but in the paperwork, I'm Barry.
Okay.
Gosh, is like a nickname.
Oh, yeah. I'll go shake your hand, Keegan. I don't think we've actually met.
Unofficially, I'm Keegan
No.
Creek.
Just real quick, just for myself so I can really visualize this. Dosh, as you go to shake Keegan Creek's hand, Keegan is dressed with a tight running sweater, a fanny pack and short shorts, as well as a good pair of shoes. Oswald is dressed as you remember him. For Keegan, Oswald, Lucius, Fours is currently wearing a, I believe, Get Skilled or Get Killed t-shirt.
Gets killed or gets killed.
It generally looks like he just bought everything from a secondhand store.
Am I the only one wearing the Amon blue speed suit?
Yes. As you guys are all meeting and talking, Orion will pass by, say good morning to everyone as he heads out, accompanied by a tall female Corlean Vastwood Marine member, and she'll, morning, hold her cup of coffee and head out with it.
Morning, Ryan.
Morning.
Yeah, I'll hold up my coffee cup in a hello gesture.
I'll pull an energy drink out of my fanny pack.
Josh, what happened with the red bandanas?
Yeah, we've been doing some stuff. Actually, just recently, I recruited Force here, and we were busy the last night. There was
One thing just kind of led to another.
Yeah,
You joined the red bandanas?
for a bit there. Yeah, they're good people.
All right, now I've been in a meeting all day yesterday. What happened last night? What were you guys up to?
You guys can go first.
Naturally. So I was wearing the red bandana, and we had gotten some information that there was potential trafficking of voids, like kidnapping, through a nonprofit organization called Murdai. We'd somehow managed to sneak our way onto a ship owned by Chorus Kaza that were taking a bunch of drug addict voids to Basia. We were able to stop the ship and save the people before the night was over.
Take a sip of my coffee.
Yeah,
All
it all went shockingly smoothly. So, Estelle Del Rose had a bunch of those friends, and they have also come up recently in connection with Keegan's dad.
Oh, yeah.
In that the people who are trying to collect from Keegan's dad want us to kidnap one of those people, and Chorus Kaza is one of them. Does that clear anything up? Did I do a bad job?
No, that clears things up, yeah.
All right.
That was perfect. There was what was the name of the one that they wanted?
Julari Vast.
Yes,
Right.
that was the one they ideally wanted, but they'd take anybody.
And then which one were we eyeballing before we got sidetracked? Were we looking at one? I think I had floated the idea of just grabbing the easiest one, but I don't know if we'd landed on who that would be realistically.
Yeah. Let's see. I think they were all listed in Roll20 chat at one point.
Julari, Ibn Hassad, Bagda Sunspot, and Chorus Kaza. But I've got their races, but beyond that, all I know about them is they're in the council. I don't have any leads on where they'd be found.
Mm-hmm. This all sounds familiar, Jeff. Am I being an idiot and not remember being part of some of these conversations?
No, you're not being a full idiot.
Being a dumb full idiot.
Some of these have come up, but they've always been in passing. Like, you guys haven't stopped and looked up these people or done anything. They're
Right.
just you remember seeing the picture on Estelle Del Rose's desk that had all of them,
Mm-hmm.
and you passed that corporate check to finally put a name once you got the demands for Keegan's father.
Right. Okay.
See, even when you button mash your way through the dialogue, the proper nouns that show up in purple, they still flash on the screen for the briefest of moments, and makes its way into your brain like, oh yeah, that's familiar for some reason. I tapped through it.
I promise I'm not trying to be that guy.
Well,
Is how I play video games.
we know, John.
Read what I want.
It's also that I think we've had a false start once or twice now on trying to go help Keegan's dad. We said we were going to go start doing it, then we got sidetracked to do other things. So that's why I might feel like, oh yeah, I should know more about this, but I don't.
Right.
Because we haven't actually done anything with it yet.
Correct.
Also, not. How am I trying to say this? Have we geared up already? Now being part of Amon requisitions.
I think everybody has geared up but you.
All right.
So I guess people probably, while you're doing this, are getting into their actual uniforms and not their banana slug t-shirts.
Brief
I'm kind of
montage.
curious. Yeah, I'm a little curious what you guys got.
Get out of my jogging gear, but
I will excitedly produce. What is it? Is it a needle, Jeff, or is it a packet of powder? What is the form of silk?
It's like cotton candy.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pull out a package of that from my hoodie pocket, and I'll be like, I got this.
Hard drugs. You guys ready?
All right.
We got a party or what?
Cobbler would absolutely try to jump at your leg and meow and scratch upwards for it.
Oh.
Oh, you jonesing? And I will crack open the bag a little just to see if it has a smell to it.
It does. It smells like kind of like steel wool.
Okay, so really minerally. Yeah, I'll kind of jerk my head back a little bit. Oh. Yeah, what was your question?
There was a little bit of an out of game question. I'm just kind of observing like your guys' gear.
Oh, I haven't put in the request for it, but I was gonna see if I could get a changing suit, like a glamour suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be delivered in the morning here. They would give you the chip to put into your item slot for your suit to give it the quick change effect for your speed suit.
Nice. It's all integrated.
As for me, I was looking at getting like some serious work done, like chip slots and stuff like that. Going for a K-off suit. Hell yeah. Hard light armors. I think I was also looking like, yeah, so chip slots and stuff like that. And I was looking at also trying to get something experimental where I could throw up a hard light tower shield as quickly as possible. And I don't know if we got anywhere with that, if I could like expend charge counters to like maybe as an immediate action throw up a hard light tower shield.
Yeah, you can definitely have the cough and the hard light.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll take a couple hours this morning before you guys take off for them to surgically put in the chip slots for you.
Yeah, so
Can you modify it to have it put you inside of a hard light egg?
Much like Louis Anderson from Akira.
right.
I just haven't. I'm struggling imagining you wielding a tower shield, even if it is made out of hard light.
Right, yeah. See, I was thinking about that too. Like, you think about like using a shield like with your whole arm and all that, and I envisioned using like a tower shield as like holding out your hand. Almost like maybe something out of Mass Effect or something.
Yeah, I'd be willing to say they're willing to install that into your cybernetic arm.
You just like fist bump the air and the shield comes from it.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, if I'm selling out, I'm selling out hard.
That's fair.
I just got like some blades, like razor blades, popped into my armor so it could cut rope and whatnot, and some like web dissolving solvent, and a new hoodie.
Oh, I forgot to. I was gonna ask if your claw hand situation is getting in the way of you being able to wield your weapons.
I mean, a little bit, yeah. I'm dealing with it.
Can I see those? And I'll put out my hand.
Sure.
Yeah. What do those hands look like at this point?
What I'm imagining is that they are not even hands anymore. Like, they are straight up claws. They're scaly. They've got kind of a weird sheen to them.
Lobster claws.
No, not exactly.
As in
They're more like
style.
like they're definitely like there's fingers. They're just they look like they're from a different creature. And like about halfway up my forearm, they kind of like the scales sort of gradually transition into my normal skin. It's almost like they're like grafted on.
Why isn't that spreading? And I'll kind of pull your sleeve a little bit.
I don't know. Maybe because I haven't done anything lately with with where it came from.
Tell about the thing from last night. I'll yell from my office as I'm changing into my armor.
Out of your Daisy Dukes.
Yep.
I'll kind of do a head tilt and detect magic on his hands.
I mean, is there something Mon could do to fix that?
Ooh. I'm not sure that I want Amon to know about it yet. I'm pretty sure this came from Far Realm Tyndalos exposure, and I'm pretty sure Amon is very interested in exploiting access to the Far Realm. So I don't want to turn into like a lab rat.
No, we wouldn't let you.
Yeah, I'll kind of go Professor X on this and speak into your guys' minds magically, and say we are part of Team Amon, but I don't trust them. So let's not share any secrets with them right now. Anything that could compromise Oswald, and let's be aware that we might be being observed while we're here.
I'm gonna slide the silk
act
back into
casual.
my pocket.
I'll reflexively look up, start looking at corners. I will definitely act as though I am seeing something in more than one corner, and just kind of shiver it off and try and go about my normal day. Probably wander into my office and change into my speed suit and hoodie.
I'll come out of my office in my full Amon tactical gear. It's blue like the speed suits. It's got blue running lights. Yeah, Lucius. This morning we were at Goodberry's. It's open again.
That's good news.
But the Amon was showing up with demolishing equipment for the old site.
Yeah, I'll kind of look down a little bit discouraged and kind of repeat, if I sell out, I'm going to get everything out I can out of it. But this is not easy.
You know what they're doing with it?
Barry Prime will head to his office.
The hope is that they're going to rebuild it, like I've requested. But
Let the office out of there.
the reality is that Amon bought it, and when I asked about it, I got a vague kinda from Typh, I'm gonna do with it whatever I want.
Okay.
Nice way of putting it.
Well, me and Oswald are official members of the Moon Rat Club.
You joined a gang? Oswald?
I'll spit a little bit of coffee out on that one. Back into the cup.
I'll come out of my office in my Amon gear.
It's actually a club now. It got upgraded.
Or downgraded, depending on how you look at it.
That's how I would look at it.
Oh, they're doing a lot of good stuff to the neighborhood. They brought Sabrina in. They opened up Goodberry's. They're working on community outreach and cleanup. With the incident we had with the blink dogs, it left some territory open. So I competed in a race to expand the Moon Rat territory last night.
Huh, and they're putting on a good face.
Yeah, they're trying to do good. It's kind of like that whole being part of the people thing that you were talking about with the that one thing that you were looking for earlier. And I'll again look up.
You'll hear in your mind real smooth.
Oh, by the way, did you see that there's a new season of Dungeon Crawl coming out?
I did not.
Yeah, I'll probably tune in.
Yeah, definitely.
We could
I'll
throw it up on the conference TV.
be milling in my head about the moon rats being kind of... No, that sounds pretty cool. I'm happy about that, so I'm kind of smiling.
We also kind of felt like we owed them a little bit after what happened at Olden's.
We definitely do.
Oh, I still need to take Forrest's name off the wall.
I believe my people call that a dick move, what I did there.
That's what they said.
I was desperate. And I'll look over to Forrest. I'm like, I was desperate.
Yeah. I can't say for sure what I would have done in that situation.
It seemed like the right move, and it still feels like the right move.
So, what are we doing today, Lucius? Do we know yet?
Behind you, Gore will thanks so much, Katie, as they'll set down a large wine basket on Gore's desk, and Gore will sign for it.
Fuck!
As he goes back to playing on his datapad. Lucius, you know this has to do with one of the 3 missions you were given yesterday during your talks with Orion and Typh.
Josh doesn't hesitate and goes grabs a bottle of wine.
Yeah, you can see it marked on there for the Arferi District Municipal Fire Management Department.
Is that a war basket?
Are you gonna have us fighting a bunch of hunky firemen now?
Or Amon deliveries.
Yeah, Lucius, remembering back to the meeting yesterday, Typh brought up the fact that due to the continuing riots and unrest in the Arferi district, their fire management departments are not able to afford the work that they need to have done to keep the district okay. So, Amon is taking this as an opportunity to expand into utilities. You were to challenge and drop off a basket for the Arferi district fire management department. If they choose to fight, great. If not, they will surrender and Amon gets control of all of the fire management departments of Arferi.
Last time I delivered a wine basket, it did not go our way.
And Dosh puts the wine back down, sadly.
Okay, so it is a war basket.
And in character, I do struggle. Like I support Amon, right? Even though I'm a little bit blind to it. But I'll say this seems kind of weird, but this has got to be the right step into getting their utilities back into function. There needs to be a little bit more order here.
Amon could just support the local firefighters instead of taking it over and beating them up.
And that ties in with the second thing you got from Typh last night, Lucius. Typh is hoping that you, with your connections to Matilda Estebal, will be able to help negotiate the terms of the new Arferi weapons manufacturing system that is coming in to give their own district their own profit, their own ability to create for themselves. This one's still a little bit of ways away, but this ties in with that.
Mm-hmm.
And the third thing Typh wanted you to do was in the folder that you have, it's marked for historical exploration. There are a few recovered sites that used to belong to the Nine, but Typh is under the impression that they're specifically site to Horath that may have defensive capabilities for helping out the city. As far as they've been able to uncover through rumors so far, there should be a temple to Horath in the Arferi district that if you guys can get to, as Typh says, I was going to go myself, but I figure you should be able to pull this off.
So yeah, those things will run through my head, and my cup will levitate, my coffee cup will levitate to the closest counter, and I'll be kind of scratching at my brow, I'll look over at Dosh and say, yeah, you're not wrong. But this seems to be how we're progressing forward. We've got other missions kind of on the back burner as well.
Speaking of anti-capitalist rant, Dosh will say, Lucius, this isn't what I left. What's going on? You're going to be starting wars with firemen because Amon owns you now?
Yeah, you missed out on a lot. The laws have been changing drastically and
maybe
rapidly. We ourselves, we just got out of a house war through technicalities.
Amon technicalities.
And I'm hoping that we're going in the right direction.
Maybe that's why Aguna came back and he can help steer you in the right direction, because that's not nice.
You know what? You're right. It looks really, really bad. And I've been denying it for a long time. And in the back of my head, and I'll kind of taper off and say, I've got some ideas.
That's the Lucius I remember.
I'll sliver to the group. Is there a place that we can talk about these ideas?
We can go to Good Berries.
Oh, I've had good berries in so long.
Best idea I've heard all day.
Stephanie in the car.
I'll kind of sink a little bit.
We'll get the wrecker.
Can we get the wrecker?
Should be able to use it. It's part of our department.
Yeah, we still have the wrecker. We've had the ability to move around with Amon escorts, and that's kind of been nice, but I'm starting to feel like, yeah, let's all pop in the wrecker. Bet you my driving goggles are still in there.
As I take the passenger seat, it feels just like home.
Am I not driving this time?
No, you're not driving.
Oh.
As you guys head out, before you get to the record, Gore will... if anybody asks, where are you guys going?
Business meeting.
Business breakfast?
Yep. He will pull up the picture he has from the other day that says business lunch, and he will keep that on his data pad. Very well.
It's a well-oiled machine around here.
Taking the elevator down, Stephanie will be outside, and as she sees you all exit, will wave, and do you guys need a lift?
Not this time.
When you decline, she'll, all right, boss, and she'll go back to sitting on the hood of the Amon limo and light up a cigarette. What she thinks you guys are far enough away not to see her.
Can I spot the cigarette that she quickly tossed before we came out of the building?
You can see the slight smoke coming from the side of a gutter nearby.
Nice. As soon as it reminds me of glowing eyes from a gutter, I will stop looking at it.
We all swim down here.
But the air still smells, well, the air smells of ozone this morning, as though a heavy lightning storm had passed the night before, though it still lingers there. You can see the clouds have kind of an orangish tint to them. But otherwise, you walk around the corner and over to a designated section for work vehicles, and you'll see the wrecker, repaired enough for the outside to look like it is an effective van. No more bullet holes, and the door matches.
That's good.
Smells just like prestidigitation.
I'm excited to head to Goodberry's, but then it kind of like dawns on me that maybe Dosh doesn't know what's happened, and then that reminds me that I haven't really talked to Sabrina since her husband died, and I'm starting to get a pit in my stomach. But yeah, Dasha, a lot has happened since you've been gone, and the neighborhood's not the same. And I'm a proper asshole. What was her husband's name again? Estar or
Esper.
Esper, thank you.
Esper Dawnwatch.
Yeah. So Esper is dead. He took a bullet that was meant for me.
It seems like a lot of people are shooting at you there for a while. That's how you know you were doing the right thing.
I'll glance at Fours.
I'll just look down, sort of absently.
We know if the anchor is still around.
Yeah. That's I just started thinking about that again too.
As we cut to Daman sitting in your office.
The lights go off from the motion sensors.
Yeah, Sabrina's pretty shook up about it. She's been training. She swore revenge on whoever killed Esper.
Do you know who did?
Sabrina doesn't.
But do you know who did?
Yes.
Yeah, was one of my siblings. I
rolled
made them.
a 1.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about him.
Yeah, I convinced them to drop the contract, but they're still after Lucius.
So you guys plan on just letting her live in limbo?
Sabrina?
Yeah.
We were gonna go, me and Keegan were gonna go tell her the truth. And Crunchy advised us not to. He said, like, it's too early yet, she's just gonna go get herself killed. Plus, like, when we were gonna go tell her the truth, we thought Fours was dead. Well, no. When we were gonna go tell her the truth, Fours was dead. So, at that point, it's like, well, it's not... We were earlier, like, trying to let Fours handle the situation, because it was, you know, complicated family stuff. But once Fours was dead, we figured Sabrina had a right to know. But Crunchy stopped us, and told us, you know, she's just gonna go get herself killed and hold off. So that's where we are now. And now it's back to being Fours and kin and complicated.
Yeah, sorry I haven't taken care of all that stuff. It's just the things pile up. I was gonna do this yesterday. I ended up saving a bunch of drug addicts instead.
I'm gonna text my dad.
Speaking of saving drug addicts, or I guess just addicts. There's maybe another way. What Sabrina said was that she swore revenge unless Esper comes back through that door. So if there's a way to bring Esper back, then maybe no one else needs to be hurt.
I like that idea.
Oh, Mom's gonna owe us so much.
Yeah, I agree. It's probably not the right time to tell her. He just passed, but you can't let her live like this forever at some point. You gotta do something for us.
Yeah.
But that was fair. As I'm saying moral judgments from the high ground up here on my stilts.
Are we having this conversation in the wrecker on the drive? That's what I'm imagining.
I like that.
I guess I'll be in the very back.
That's where I sit.
Oh, good, I get a seat. Hey, my explosives are still here.
Are you sitting in the turtle seat?
No, Dosh is. Right? Lucius, you're driving. Dosh, you're shotgun.
He called shotgun.
Yeah.
There is a pistol in the glove compartment.
So me and Forza are in the back 2 seats, and you're in the back.
And there's now a lever, Dosh. If you pull it, the door will open and the seat will slide out.
And I can shoot stuff?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's dope. See, I've made some positive changes. Good.
Oh, we used that to fight a biker gang.
And then you joined one.
Yeah, I guess so.
But the drive will be smooth. It's, about 10 a.m. now, so traffic's done if you guys are heading back to Goodberries.
Sorry, I just imagine Oswald's parents like, stay off the streets, Oswald, get a job. And he's like, I am the streets.
So, Forrest, did you think there was anything you could do about my claws and such? Or you just wanted to get a closer look?
Get a closer look and an update on it. Kind of feels like another thing that we've all just been sort of ignoring.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did you talk to a doctor about it?
No.
Yeah.
But I think it's only been a day in world since you brought that up.
Right. Yeah, good call.
I feel like before you had full-on claws or anything, like we discussed having you see a doctor about conditions you've had popping up.
Yes. We keep getting distracted by more urgent
All
things.
right.
That's why my dad's still in trouble.
Jeff, are his claws magical in nature?
They are not magical,
All right.
but the wrecker will go down familiar streets. You'll turn at the new construction site, seeing all the people taking their early morning break, as you will stop outside of Goodberries. It is open. There's a couple locals inside. For Keegan and Oswald, all of the Moonrats have left for the time being, but you'll see Sabrina in there as well as Karashi, as they are slinging some hash and serving some eggs.
Hi again, Sabrina. Hi, Karashi.
Yeah, as you enter in, Sabrina and Karashi will laugh seeing Keegan and Oswald. Guys, you can't be hungry already. But Sabrina's face will go kind of dour at seeing Lucius. You will see the moon rat tattoo on Sabrina's arm, but Karashi will come out and, Lucius! Hey, Dobra, and we'll give you a hug.
Yeah, I'll give him a hug and try to smile my best. But
Please,
definitely
please.
feeling like shit.
Take a seat, and they'll put you at a table different from the one you were last at.
They fixed the
Wait.
glass by now, right?
Yes, away from the windows.
The moon rats had fixed it.
Yeah.
Damn, the moon rats fixed it. I'm slacking.
They
But
beat you
Sabrina
to
will
it.
be helping the other tables, but Karashi will. What are you all having?
I was definitely thinking that I wanted the bold breakfast, but I am not that bold right now.
And
Build it
Karashi
over
would
for a second.
give Dosh a hug as well, if Dosh will take it.
Oh, for sure. It's been a while. How are the chickens?
They're great. They are producing wonderfully. And you've gotten more arms than I remember.
Yes, it's been a minute, but glad to be back.
I'll just have some toast, please, Karashi.
Yeah. I'll go with something light. I think maybe the bold breakfast. Let's try that.
Just kind of be sort of sitting low in my chair. I'm not really hungry today. Maybe just a coffee.
Yeah, sink a little bit. I better go for the bacon pie.
Yeah, everyone's coffees are topped off, but Lucius's. But the bacon pie will arrive until Karashi tops off your coffee, Lucius. But Karashi will. Oh, look at you, all in matching duds. Very cool. You look like a team.
Some sort of X-Man.
More like janitors, but still cool.
Oh, I'm so glad I got that hoodie.
I definitely envision us looking like janitors at this point.
Thanks, Rashi.
The news in the background is just showing footage of the death of the massive water creature outside of Basia.
Oh, I was rooting for that guy.
And there's still talk about Mercadine's issues after the assassination attempt on their CEO.
Do we know who the Mercadine CEO is? Was that probably like a no? You don't need knowledge corporate to have heard of them.
Correct, yeah.
It's not one of the guys on our list, is it?
No. Galar Lovington is the CEO of Mercadine, but it's not somebody you guys have ever had to really worry about or interact with.
It wasn't a red bandana
It was not.
job, was it? Okay.
Does the news story say what the big ocean monster was?
The news doesn't go into it too much. You can see that the news is fairly heavily edited to not give enough information, or at least that's how it feels.
It's kind of like the top of the hour where they give you a brief summary of what they're going to talk about, but then it never escalates beyond that.
Correct.
But I'll be looking at it and I'll probably say, and people think that we're weird here. At least we don't have giant monsters.
We got little monsters.
Right. No giant monsters around here. I will try really hard not to look around.
But yeah, while we wait for our food, I am going to text my dad, just check in with him, say, hey, don't know if we're going to get there right away. Keep gambling and winning, and let me know what's going on. If you can get out of there and come visit, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, he'll send you back 3 cherries as an emoji, and I'll see you when you get here.
Thanks, Dad.
So,
Good news
Dash.
is my dad's still winning.
Sorry, do we want to follow up with Dad still winning or switch to Dash?
That's it. Go ahead, talk to Dosh.
Okay. So Dash, the red bandanas, are they terrorists?
They don't do it to cause terror. We don't want to hurt anyone, and we do everything we can to make sure no one gets hurt in the jobs that we pull.
So like saving those voids last night.
Yes. Some of the people on the ship got hurt, and that tends to happen when you try to kidnap people.
But then why does Amon call you terrorist then? What did you do to get on their bad side? Or what did Red Bandana do to get on their bad side?
Amon is like the worst offender of all of this. I would be surprised if there were human trafficking or weapon smuggling and drug dealing and all the other bad stuff.
I'll be picking at my breakfast and just moving shit around without eating, listening to that.
Which puts us in a very unique position.
What do you mean?
Well, we're right in the heart of it all, aren't we?
I am gonna look at Lucius.
Yeah, picking around with my fork, moving some things around. I'll finally stab a thing, pop it in my mouth, gulp it down, and say, there's a promise. It's Zorane's promise. And I feel like we're safe to talk about this here. But there's some sort of law that can give people the ability to fight back against these corporate takeovers. And Amon has it.
Do you know what it is?
I don't know what it looks like. I just know that they have it. I think we found out where it used to be. It was referenced as one of the old gods. They created it. And they stored it in one of their vaults. Move some food around again, just fucking dungeon crawl. But Amon has it somewhere. And I think that we can use it to try to solve some of these issues. Maybe bring some sanity back to our home.
I thought you said, Lucius, they were using Dungeon Crawl to look for it.
I think they're still using Dungeon Crawl to find whatever they can throughout these vaults. I think they have it. I think that the vault that I went through, I think that it used to be there until Dungeon Crawl.
So wait, what came first, the search for the promise or Dungeon Crawl? Because they're still doing another season, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean they haven't found it?
No,
Because there's no reason to keep on doing Dungeon Crawl if they found it.
well, that's a possibility, but it's more that the vaults contain ancient artifacts.
Okay, and they just haven't cleared them all out yet.
Exactly.
Promise was a happy accident, I guess, right? One of the things they found. Not necessarily looking for it, just
Mm-hmm.
looking for anything.
Yeah. But that's what we're trying to figure out, is while we are under the umbrella of Amon, maybe we can find out, do they have it? Where is it?
Is that why Amon wants us to find the Temple of Horith? Is that for another Dungeon Crawl season? Is that a vault?
Could very well be. But there's more to these vaults that I'm not understanding as well. The gems. It's giving you one last chance. One more chance. But yeah, the promise is on my radar. Why they're going through all these vaults. If there's a greater purpose than corporate greed, I don't know yet.
No, there's no greater purpose.
No more noble purpose.
I think that's a good start. We're to look for this vault then, this temple.
Yeah, we're going to be doing that regardless, because that's how we're getting paid. That's what we signed up for.
Keep up pretenses.
But trying to figure out if Amon already even has the promise. We're just slowly figuring it out. And once we find it, maybe we can do something about it. But most urgent is that we need to drop off this wine basket, and then we need to start carving out time for ourselves. And I say the next thing we do is we bail out Keegan's father.
Sounds good to me. Appreciate that. Did we bring the basket with us, or we have to go back?
I'd like to think that we brought it with us.
Perfect.
Yeah, we brought it with us.
Sabrina will drop off a tab that Karashi will pocket, put in his apron, and don't worry about it. We'll see you soon.
Yeah,
I'll flash out a credit chip and say, "Don't worry, it's on Amon." Pop that down on the table.
I left the tip spot blank. You can fill that in if you'd like.
Karashi will slide that into his apron as well, and
And then I'll get a little bit more serious. And Karashi, when can I apologize to her? I don't know what to do.
it's okay if you don't know what to do. Just don't do it yet. She still needs time.
I'll make this right somehow.
Couple more breakfasts.
I'll ask Karashi if she'd be willing to talk to me for a little bit.
Yeah, he'll look over at her and go and give me a sense motive, Dosh.
I roll my sense motive. I roll 4, give me a 14.
Yeah, Karashi looks over at Sabrina, and Sabrina looks back at him before she just takes empty plates back to the kitchen, and he looks at you and, not today.
Yeah. I clap him on the shoulder and say, oh, thanks. Take care of her.
Yeah. It's great seeing you all again. You'll make great janitors.
thanks, Karashi.
Thanks,
We're gonna clean up
Karashi.
these streets.
Let me know if you need anything, okay?
Of course.
We'll see you at the next Moonrats meeting.
Yeah, he'll let out a moon rats.
Moonrat.
Well, now I'm feeling left out.
See? It feels good to join a gang.
But as you all head out to the wrecker, you'll see the construction crew starting to get back to work. And you'll see a very happy, smiling looking man, about 5'6", balding, probably mid-50s, kind of portly, as he's wearing a nice sweater with the sleeves rolled up, looking at the construction crew.
Nothing that signifies who he works with.
Nope. He's got tan skin, but you can see he's got looks like he's fairly sunburnt, or at least has been exposed to sun for a long time. Kind of that leathery look that people get. He's got a bit of the ring around the eyes. He probably wears sunglasses more often than not. He's got that faint color change there that you can see.
Human?
Yeah. But after looking at the construction, he'll head across the street towards Goodberry's.
So as we're walking by this guy, there's going to be an accidental bump of shoulders.
Oh, yeah, as he bumps in, he'll, super sorry about that. New to the neighborhood. Sorry.
No, I was going to ask. I haven't seen you around.
Oh, yeah, and he'll wipe his hands off and, sorry, they're a little gross.
As I go to shake his hands become clean.
Yeah, he'll, oh, that's fancy. Yeah, I'm Leo Pankoski.
What brings you to this neck of the woods?
Well, thought I'd finally give my try at running a bar.
Huh.
Saw this property go up for sale and, well, figured, why not?
Eye twitches a little bit.
You know, my wife's over in Farthing. She just started up her new art store, and I've always wanted to run a bar in a big city, so bought this up, and I'm down here to be part of the team. They'll look around, and it feels cool. Who are you?
Lucius Estable, then it is cool. I'll go to shake his hand again. It's like, and I will give him a business card.
What's your business
So we
card
actually-
say right now, Luke?
Is it one of the new business cards?
It is. It's a new Amon flashy business card. I'll say, I definitely want to know how the construction of your bar goes. It's a friendly neighborhood, so please feel free to reach out.
He looks down and, Amon, wow, You guys really are personal.
Don't ever forget. We'll be seeing each other, I'm sure.
Absolutely, Mr. Estibold. He'll walk in.
I'll say give a no. Call me Lucky.
Yeah, he'll kind of chuckle and call me Leo.
What's the name of your bar?
I haven't decided yet.
What was the name of your last bar?
I didn't have one. I was an accountant over in Golden. But I finally retired, so I don't know. Banter drinks?
The bottom line?
Oh, that's good. He'll like, crap, I gotta write that down.
That's a good one.
What was it?
The bottom line. It's so good.
He's an accountant.
I know. So good.
Yeah, he'll. Thanks, friend. I'm gonna remember that one.
Just politely smile.
Nice to meet you, Leo.
Yeah, I mean, he looks at you all in a suits and absolutely.
Oh, let's go anywhere but here. I'll put my goggles back down.
A happy Mr. Pankowski walks into the Goodberries as you drive away.
Everything's turning up Leo.
Let's deliver this basket.
To our ferry. Are you driving again?
You know I'm driving.
How bad would it be for us if this basket got delayed?
I don't know.
Like, what if we got ambushed by a bunch of red bandana members?
Well, that would be completely out of our hands, wouldn't it be?
It would be. It'd be awful, right?
What are you thinking, Dosh?
I can make a few calls and give these firefighters some time, maybe some support.
How does Amon react to that? They give us another basket instead of try again?
Yeah.
And focus on red bandana in the neighborhood.
Oh, they've been the focus of them for a while. Wouldn't be different.
I mean, but it would turn up the heat on them, and that would just be a delay unless you got a follow-up.
Well, a delay is always useful when you're just trying to think of solutions.
Yeah.
I hear you. But right now, it sounds like the service that they provide is not happening because they're probably being obstructed. Amon is trying to... they're obviously acquiring like every business they can, or everything that they can do. They're just eating up everything, right?
Mhm.
But am I right on that, Jeff?
I mean, the Arferi district has been in a state of chaos since the burning down of the Del Rose estate. Seekers in the area have been reallocated outside of it because they haven't been able to keep control. It's gone fairly anarchistic, but not in a way that has started to actually form collective power groups yet, right? There's still a lot of infighting amongst people that are trying to basically fill in the void of power from before, as opposed to being united in a group effort to fix their district.
I think I would like to pull out my HCOM and start looking up news about the Arferi district and the Arferi fire department, and probably for the first time in my life, I will pay attention to what news site I'm arriving at and go out of my way to avoid Amon-controlled news sites.
Yeah, I mean, from my very biased perspective, I wouldn't be surprised if Amon is doing stuff to foster more chaos so they can step in and grab the reins.
Right. The problem I see with that is that although like they're obviously taking over, right? And however they do it, but there has to be firemen. We can't just do nothing, right? And if the firemen aren't able to do their jobs right now, then Amon does need to step in, even if it's a shitty situation.
Let's talk to the firemen and see what's stopping them.
And we're all coming to the same conclusion, I think, on that. So if there was, let's say, a red bandana attack, could they be maybe standing by?
Yeah, I can make a couple phone calls.
I'll sigh a little bit. Let's just do what's right, whatever that is.
Name of the episode. Yeah, seems like at this point maybe it's a little early to determine who's getting fucked and who's getting obstructed or what have you. It's all just kind of vague feelings of, I bet these guys are shitty. I bet these guys are going through this and that without knowing.
And I'll be thinking in my head, before I know it, it's not just going to be the anchored that are going to be having a freaking target on my back.
On the drive, I'm going to start tinkering with a bunch of bits and pieces that are in the record, try and put something together.
So you guys do have about a 5-hour drive to go up the coast from Desmanter towards our ferries, so if there's anywhere you need to stop or things you need to get along the way, you can. Or if there's any research or things that you guys would like to do. For Oswald, I will need a computer use check.
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
I would like to contact Red Bandana when I get a chance.
15 on my computer use.
Yeah, 15. You find a few spots that give you good information, but a lot of them you end up finding aggregate back to Amon-controlled websites.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that, yeah, with our ferry in its current state, utilities are suffering that problem of there is nobody kind of collecting. There's nobody making sure things are still running competently. Whether that means they're being run poorly, you don't know, or people don't have access, that's not being said. But it brings up the lack of oversight with no seekers or official Amon representation there.
What's the normal government structure for our ferry? Like, are they part of a larger kingdom organization? Do they have a mayor? Like, who runs our ferry in normal times?
As far as most of the districts, they all had basically mayors, but Amon keeps most of these places running with seekers and providing those public services.
Okay, so all the riots we've been hearing about in the district are explicitly challenging the power of Amon controlling the district.
Correct.
Okay.
And from what you can find, the mayor was killed during the burning of the Del Rose estate.
Ah.
I have the feeling that we're walking into a war and that we're going to get attacked by a god scythe.
Depends on how we play it.
What was the... I want to say Bolsonaro. Was that the old contact for Red Bandanas, but he died? Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, he was
Okay.
the contact.
I'd be curious then, without looking at Dosh, because I'm driving and I don't do that. I'd say, Dosh, what happened to Bolsonaro?
Above board, I don't think I remember.
Josh would know through rumors and back channels that Bolsonaro successfully stole a lot of intellectual property from Ambaro Pharmaceuticals and was killed by one of their enhanced employees.
What does enhanced mean?
It's like you.
Oh, like,
I'll flex my robot arm.
what's her name? Alice?
Yeah, actually, that would be something, Keegan, 100%, it would remind you of Alice.
She's the one that punched into the side of the wrecker.
Mm-hmm. Are the Red Bandanas alright without him there?
Yeah. They do pretty good in a chaotic... They don't really require a lot of leadership to maintain...
Yeah, they're decentralized.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The current contact that I go through is Frost Proxy.
Sounds like a legit name. I don't think I have anything. I'm just going to be driving. So beyond just catching up with Dosh and just chatting with people. Nothing special for me.
Oswald, are you sharing your findings with us?
Yeah. As I find anything that I think is an interesting nugget, I'll just say it out loud from looking things up on my phone. Although I don't feel like there was a lot in there that was particularly useful. So, yeah, it looks like it's a very chaotic place. There's been riots for months. Normally Amon controls the district, so I'm sure they view the riots themselves as a challenge to their control. But I'm not seeing anything about like why they're rioting, what the cause of all this is, or whether there's anything like an opposition leader or a cause to why things are going the way they are.
Mm-hmm. Who's not being negotiated with?
Yeah. Or if there even is another side, like it's also possible, like Dosh was implying that this is all like Amon's doing in the first place.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we kind of went through the house war process as far as like our research. So if we get on site and turns out that delay is what we want, we can hand off the basket and tell them how to drag their feet, because we just did that.
We're masters at this.
Yeah.
Yeah, just remember the end result.
Sure, but I mean, are we gonna punch it through, or are we going to stage a wine basket hijacking, or are we just gonna give them the, it's still a ticking clock, but it doesn't have to all go down today.
But no, you're right. That is a good way to go.
I mean, it's not a solution, but it's an avenue.
Yeah, it feels like even if the fire department somehow got money, that's not going to really solve their problem. I mean, if the whole district is rioting and there's people setting fires all over the place, that's the problem that the fire department needs solved.
Right, the root cause and not the symptom.
Although I'm sure they also need more resources to fight the fires that are being set all over the district.
Oh yeah. In the immediate.
Ultimately, we're going to burn this bridge as we cross it.
With Amon?
Just in general, we're going to see what's happening. We're going to do something.
So, as you're all driving up towards the Our Ferry district, anything else you want to do?
No, not at this moment.
I wanted to contact the red bandana at some point on our drive.
All right, so yeah, you reach out to Frost Proxy, and you'll get the answer. What up, Dash?
Frost, hey. We got any boots in our ferry?
Yeah, we got a few walkers. What's up?
What's the word on the ground over there?
Shit's fucked, mostly. Right now we're doing triage. Most of our Red Bandana members are helping people who are injured.
Do you suspect there's any corporate involvement going on over there is causing some of this?
Frost will come back with, no, not at all. The current vibe on the ground is very anti-corporate. We thought it'd be rich for us to kind of try to seed some thoughts and get some new members, but there's more of a anti-coalition feeling. We've got several different groups competing for power.
Okay. I might need a contact there. You got someone for me?
Yeah, I can rummage up a couple contacts. What are you looking for?
We need help disrupting an operation that I'm running, maybe? It'd be better to talk in person when I get hold of them.
I can be there in a day. I'm currently in Longsong.
Yeah, I think we can hold. We can hold. What do you guys say? Like, can we hold out a day? Figure out what's going on. Deal with this shit tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll just get a place to stay while we're here. I don't see why not.
Is this our only Amon job currently?
No, we've got the. Sorry, Jeff. Was it a vault or
A temple to Horath.
Yeah, Temple to Horath to investigate.
Do we know where that's at?
Yeah, you have the location. It's in a larger estate a little bit north of the Del Rose area that's being defended by basically a small paid mercenary group around a landowner's property.
We can do that first, so we're still doing them on business.
Well, we've already driven out here, right?
Yeah.
So I guess from how I'm looking at this, it doesn't make sense to derail ourselves and do something else. Like if we want to wait a day, it would make sense to like get a hotel or something and stay in this district for a night.
From what I understand, though, it's in the Del Rose estate is in our ferry district, and it's just north of the Del Rose estate. So
right, we just need to go a little further north.
Yeah.
I see.
Oh, so it happens to be in the area.
Yeah.
That's super convenient.
I mean, I guess maybe they decided to double us up since we were headed out this way anyway.
Yeah, that's why Amon gave you the 3 quests, all in the Our Ferry district.
The rack. All right. No, that does seem like a good idea then. To investigate. Yeah. We'll wait for your contact, and then in the meantime, investigate the shrine.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I'll tell him that sounds good, and to hit me up when he's in town in the district.
Sounds good. Proxy out.
What was our other ones? We have the temple. We have the wine with the firefighters,
and the weapons manufacturing.
And the weapons manufacturing one sounds like that's a phone call to Matilda or something right now, which I'll put that off.
You're all meetinged out. You have to build up your meeting mojo again.
Absolutely.
But the hours will go by as you continue to go up the freeway, getting closer to the Our Ferry district. Calls put aside and done, as you guys will start to see the red and gray flags showing that you're entering into the Our Ferry district. You can see the smoke from burning buildings, You can see the people outside as you have before, gathered around, either burning trash cans that are cooking food or people keeping by them to just chat and talk with other people. But it looks like a place in disrepair. There are broken down PHVs in the street. A few groups wander about as they do.
They're in full-on trash can fire mode.
And they were before. When you guys came here for the Del Rose party, you saw these people out here then too.
There just weren't as many larger fires.
Correct. You can see the charred remains of Del Rose estate on top of the hill. You can see the, not quite scaffolding, but the makeshift tents and encampments set up in the yard that once hosted that party. You will, of course, be alerted by seekers once you start to get into the Arferi district that it's a dangerous zone. There's no actual police force here keeping things in check, but them seeing that you're all Amon employees will allow you to pass by without incident.
We've got the matching jumpsuits.
I'll make sure Cobbler is well snuggled inside my hoodie.
Yeah, Cobbler's consistently giving fours the stink eye.
Cobbler's here?
Yeah, Cobbler hangs out in my hoodie whenever we go out.
After hearing half the conversation that Dosh was having with the red bandanas, sparking into my mind what I think I'm looking at as we drive to our location is who's out here helping? Is there anybody doing anything?
I'll say that the red bandana member has a few people on the ground and they're running triage tents right now.
And that's the kind of thing I'm looking at. Is does stuff like that actually exist? And this kind of reminds me of my experiences at like the chop and jazz kind of thing. I guess.
Yeah, once you get away from kind of the outer edges where people are engaged with the seekers or fighting amongst each other, you do start to see people tilling ground, planting things. You see people kind of just outside doing their own thing. You will see smaller kind of red bandana triage tents that are set up. And you can see there are armed guards there protecting water and protecting those tents as well.
Any of the local gangs doing anything?
Not that you can see right now through your drive-through, but you having an operating, fully functional, and nice-looking vehicle does attract attention from people in the streets.
Sure.
I'm going to start changing out of my Amon gear.
I'll see you doing that and say, I wish I could do that right now.
That's why I'm supposed to drive.
That's an option. We had this whole thing, like, just a couple days ago about how, like, we're all supposed to wear the speed suits all the time. And I looked at y'all like y'all were crazy. You're like, put on your speed suit, Oswald. And I'm like, fine. And I put on my speed suit. Now you're all like, man, I wish I wasn't wearing this speed suit.
You don't see me taking it off.
Oswald will start making plans to have a little go bag of street clothes to live in the wrecker.
Mine lights up. You gotta press a button on it.
But I guess before you guys head towards the temple, stopping at your first stop, the Municipal Fire Management Department.
Do we want to hold off on that? Or do we still want to do that real quick?
I do want to go there first to understand what is actually going on. We don't have to deliver a basket right now.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
We just want to talk to these guys, basically. Convince us not to give this to you.
Yeah, kind of.
I don't need much convincing. It sucks to have a wine basket given to you.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what they have heard, if they have heard anything on the grapevine, but we can kind of assess how they're doing before we formally lay out
their world.
Just thinking, congratulations, here's your wine basket.
Congratulations, you've been chosen by Amon.
Right.
Ooh, chosen for what? Well...
War.
Or a peaceful turnover.
Exactly.
You're our next meal.
But yeah, as you guys approach the municipal department, go and give me your perceptions.
I've got that.
So do I, though. I've got at least +0 to that.
Dosh does not have this at all. Oh shit, I rolled a 19. I get a 20.
Good job.
8. I rolled a 20 for a 30.
Dang.
32.
We're a perceptive crowd.
There's the paranoia faction in the group.
I got a 15.
I'm not being paranoid, I'm just keeping an eye on those shadowy figures.
In the corners of every wall.
Yes! It's not my fault that you don't see them.
But yeah, as you guys are pulling up to the area, as the vehicle is slowing down, Oswald and Fours, you will clearly see a small group of people led by an Illican is approaching the vehicle, and the Illican at the front does have a gun in hand.
So do I.
I do not. I will raise my driving goggles above my forehead and lower the window.
What can I help you boys with?
We don't need my windshield clean. We're good.
Can you guys just be cool and give us directions to the nearest hotel?
That's enough out of you fuckers right now. I'll call out. We're with Amon. Do you mind if I step out to talk with you?
Yeah, the Illican will call out, and it's best if you do, if you're going to give me your goddamn vehicle.
Oh. I will step out as well.
I had a misconception. I thought that these guys might be who we wanted to talk to with the fire department.
That makes sense. You got an 8 on your perception.
That is how I roll.
But you can see the shake in his hand when he sees a very tall 4-armed Dosh get out, a well-armored Keegan, Oswald and Fours in their Amon suits, and Lucius as well.
And and there's Lucius.
Well, I mean, are we talking about you in your like full coat and Amon suit?
I don't have my my coat on me right now. It's in the car.
you look so small.
I'm just thinking about how intimidating my character.
I can imagine Oswald's petting a cat right now.
I have to roll to intimidate people.
But yeah, you can see that the Illican's hand shakes a bit, but you can see they're trying to stay steady for the gang.
And I am not afraid at all. Slowly walking forward. But I did interrupt you.
Yep. With hand outstretched, the Illican will give her the keys and everyone's fine.
Actually, we are looking to talk to the head of the fire department. So if you could please point in the direction, we'll be on our way.
Did you not hear me? I'm robbing you.
I'll say, for your sake, you're not.
I'll get out of the car then.
I am also going to exit the car.
Asking him to point us in the direction. Everybody's kind of getting out of the car. We're all like obviously Amon. I'll look back kind of in a display to like look at me and my crew, look back at him and say, you're not helping anything here. Point us in our direction and we're going to be on our way. Be part of the solution.
Yeah, do you want to toss me an intimidate or diplomacy, depending on what you'd like to do?
I'm feeling intimidate, but this is going to be a diplomacy. I'm trying to be better. I get a total of 21.
Yeah, the Illican's gun, though pointed at you, continues to shake a bit before the words kind of sink in, and he sees that you're all Amon dressed, and it all kind of clicks for him. See, yeah, the ADM is right down the street. It's on the right-hand side. It's can't miss it.
It's so sad.
Yes, but he gets to live, so...
Yeah. Appreciate the directions. Please, find yourself doing something more useful. I'll walk back to my driver's seat and put my goggles back down.
Yeah, you'll get kind of like a half-hearted fuck off, Corpo, as they wander away a bit.
I'm actually going to walk towards the Illican bit. I want to engage with this guy a little bit more.
Yeah.
I'll call out and say, hey, are you in charge around here? Like, I know, like, I'll kind of like gesture around, like, nobody's really in charge, right? But, like, you know, you look like you're trying to lead some people to make some things happen. How's it going? Are you making any progress? Is things getting better, worse? What kind of troubles are you having?
Once you start asking, like, in-depth questions, he'll kind of start to lose interest in that, like, I don't have time for this.
Yeah. All right, that's cool. I get it. It's crazy out here. Just we're trying to help, right? So just figured I'd try and get a sense of what's going on for the people who are like actually living out here instead of, you know, the folks living rich in towers.
Yeah, he'll continue with his group and turn around and head out.
All right, climb back in the record.
It's hard to say fuck those guys when we're wearing those guys' outfits.
Well, we got some directions. I'll start driving.
Yeah, I mean, it really is at the end of the block. You guys weren't too far away.
Yeah.
But you guys slowing down before turn was an opportunity for them to try to jump you.
Yep.
But the armed guards outside of our ferry municipal department will put hands out as you guys stop in front of them before asking, of course, what are you doing here and who are you?
Is the fire department going to rob us?
It's a mighty nice vehicle you got there, and our fire engine are in kind of disrepair.
All right.
You can see most of them
Go on.
have military stun batons, though they are no longer charged, so they're just heavy sticks. But most of them carry a variety of either heavy rifles, shotguns, or heavy pistols.
So I'll roll down my window this time. We're in the wrecker. I forgot. It's not a button. It's rolling it down. Raise my goggles again. So it looks like I'm talking to the right people this time. I'm Lucius Estibold, and we work with them on advancements. We're here to assess your situation and help in any way that we can.
The guards outside will look at each other, and there's a little bit of that, not fear, but a little bit of suspicion, but also kind of a hopeful look of what's Amon doing?
And I'm glad, because a little bit of hope is definitely what I'm trying to give them, while my heart sinks at that as well.
Yeah, one of the guards will look at the other one and, hey, you want to go inside and get the captain? And yeah, yeah, absolutely. 1 second.
Can I please park so that we can get out and have a conversation?
Absolutely, please.
Keeping the basket in the back.
Yeah, basket stays in the back.
An older Illikin with all of their tendrils pulled up on their head will walk out. You see they're wearing kind of layers of kind of like heavy light armor, to say, like it's imagine they've kind of patched it together to make something a little bit thicker, something that can take probably more of the physical interactions you get out here, right? Captain will walk out, and I'm Sal Sharik, speak for this department. What's Mon doing here?
I'll Lucius Estibold, and I'll look back to Dosh and gain a little bit of confidence. Look back at this man and say, we're here to help.
Good, you guys got guns, food?
Hopefully direction. What we need to understand, though, is your current state.
Well, out here's not the best place to talk.
You're right, let's go inside.
Follow me in. And they'll lead you across the inside of here. You can see that there are a whole bunch of volunteers. There's people here trying to help get supplies and repair things. Oswald, you'll recognize Zedek Doma over there, currently working on one of the engines of the fire trucks here. But Shrek will lead you all back to kind of a main lunch room. They'll have to pull over a couple chairs to make enough room for everyone, and there are a few guards in here as well. As we don't have a lot to offer. Do you guys like water or cold coffee?
Cold coffee sounds great.
Cold coffee sounds great. No, pull out my cup. Well, no, wait, I don't have my jacket on me. That'd be awesome. As the cold coffee turns into hot coffee inside my. But no, I'm not going for the full. I don't have my coat on. I don't have weapons out or anything.
Can you just make it all their coffee hot for them?
Yeah. What?
I could.
One of the guards here will pour from a pitcher, basically a bunch of cups of coffee, and you all get the different cups, like the ones that are slightly matte, the ones that have like designs of cartoon characters on them. One of you has a paper cup, that sort of thing.
I am still an asshole, though. My cup will start to steam.
It's wonderful.
Sherrick will say that as they look down at your steaming cup, and be careful, some of the Arferi traditionalists are still very anti-magic.
Noted.
But Shrek will look at you for a moment, and look down at their cup, and look at you.
Everybody's cup will start to steam.
I look down at my water.
Yeah, I also have water.
Everybody who has coffee. Sorry. All right. I'd like to get straight to the point. We're here for the next couple of days to assess your situation and figure out how best to help. How are your operations going? Are you able to perform your jobs?
Not at all. Between blockers in the road, miscellaneous gangs, as well as bad faith operators from the Kabuto Syndicate.
Oh.
Put it in the simplest fashion, we're kind of fucked right now. We've lost 2 other departments, and the Eastern Arferi department right now hasn't been in contact for 2 days.
Who's this Kabuto people?
outside Corlean influence. I think they're kind of established crime, but all of that's still on top of fucking Malzaran. Yeah, as he refers to himself as the king of the Arferi, because he got some fucking magic scythe that can cut through a PHV.
Huh.
I'm not offering you false hopes. In your mind, what do you need from us?
Whew. I mean, I'd take a dozen of those APDs, a few competent seekers if I could, but at this point, as long as we get supplies to keep helping people, we definitely need repair materials. Our vehicles are starting to break down. We need batteries for our weapons. I mean,
Yeah.
put it in the easiest way. We need full support.
Then you being here, what else do I need to see in order to get the requisitions that I need? Do you know where the Kabuto Syndicate is held up?
Yeah, they're at the current water reclamation plant.
Not gonna go well for me.
They are the only ones choosing to distribute water as they see fit. Most people are stealing it, which is fine, but it does mean larger groups like ourselves and the other departments have to pay to have access.
I've got a feeling that water's key to you doing your job.
Well, especially going into summer here, with the rains having stopped, we're not able to collect as much as we did. Though there are a few groups that are running smaller water farms, able to help out with people in their gardens. We don't have enough to keep this district running for much longer, maybe another month or two. And Shrek will kind of, the worst part is if they start spilling over into the Sordai district, I know they're just going to open fire. Does Banter as well. I'd like to see that not happen, if I can.
Buff Table. All right, thanks for that information. We're gonna go do a dungeon crawl, so.
They say that they lost contact with one of their other buildings or departments.
Yeah, the East Department, they lost contact 2 days ago.
We could help with probably.
Is the Syndicate behind the riots and unrest, or are they just taking advantage of the situation?
Best I can tell is advantage. This was always going to happen. I've been here long enough. They're very proud folk who take matters into their own hands, and it was always going to boil over at some point.
I think what I'm taking from this is that ultimately their access to water is what's stopping them from being able to do their job. That makes sense. I can't be right about anything, right? But
It feels like a combination of stuff, but that, yeah.
Them having to pay for water each time and for that access
right.
means that when things, larger fires happen in more densely packed areas, if they haven't paid up, they don't have access, so they can't help, which displaces more people, which creates more blockages.
Mm-hmm.
I would bet the Syndicate is also setting some of the fires in order to artificially create demand for the water they're selling.
Or they wouldn't need to if they just have that scythe guy, the king,
Right.
causing chaos.
So this seems cut and dry. And this doesn't need to be a long conversation. So with the intel that you've given me, we will come up with a solution, and I will be back tomorrow.
Shrek will stand up and put out their hand, and
Yep, and I'll shake it.
I look forward to the support. And that's where we will end the session for tonight. It's over!
Handshake.
Yeah.
That felt dirty.
Thanks for listening. Like, rate, review, subscribe. All the stuff that helps us get seen by more people and listened to by more people. As always, our intro and outro is from Nihilor. 10,000 people screaming, I'm an individual. You also heard Begenjou with Neon City, and Mood Mode Studios with Cybercom. Our sound effects are by Pixabay, and I hope you're having a great day. Alright, bye!